it's better to be online, okay? It's better to be here, because if you just watch a recorded lesson, what happens is if you want to ask me question, you cannot ask in the recorded lesson. All right, but this lesson is recorded, so if you miss the lesson, you can still watch. All right, watch the recorded lesson. Okay, let's start. Okay, question 1. So check your answers, and you are also going to calculate your marks. Okay, question 1. So how do you express 17 over 20 as a percentage? Shortcut. All right, there are two things that I will say. If I say shortcut, I think all my students know lah. Those who are not in my groups, if I say shortcut, open your eyes and ears big, because shortcuts helps you to do faster. If I say methods, open your eyes and ears big. So number 1, shortcut. So how to change into a percentage? You have to make the denominator into 100. Okay, so 20 times 5, you get 100, and then 17 times 5 is 85 over 100. So once the denominator is 100, then how many percent? The numerator is the percentage. So answer number 4, shortcut. Okay, shortcut lah. Anyone doesn't know, you just raise your hand. Xiaowei on the video, Li-Wen on the video. Otherwise, Mr. is going to say bye-bye to you already. Okay, Karina, Li-Wen on the video. Okay, Jordan Ong is Mr. Ong's son. Okay, you will see his video turned off. Okay, Jordan Ong video is turned off because he's not here, and I need to use his video to look at everyone. Okay, so Jordan Ong is Mr. Ong's son. He's also in primary 6. Okay, all right. So let's go to number 2. Now find the value of this. Okay, so you have to do the divide first. So you write down everything the same. 350 minus 12 and then times 4. So you do step by step. And then you have minus and times. What do you do first? You do the times. So 350 minus 48 and you get 302. So your answer is what? Number 1. Okay, so if you get all correct, give yourself 2 marks. All right, every question is 1 mark each. So at the end of the whole session, you're going to add up the marks. And you need to get at least 40. Okay, at least 40. So you may think it's hard, but I'm sure it's possible to get at least 40. All right, let's go to question 3. What's the area of the triangle? Now you need to know what triangle you're looking at, because there are some triangles inside here. You are looking at this triangle. Okay, so what's the area of this triangle? Then you must find the base. So the base is usually horizontal. All right, so half times 3, the base. Where's the base? The base is usually horizontal. Then where is the height? Now, shortcut. Okay, for those of you who are confused, you don't know how to find if you don't know how to find the heights, take your transparent ruler. Okay, your ruler must be transparent. Put the ruler onto the blue line. Okay, and move the ruler left and right. And until you can see a line that is same side as the ruler. Right? So once you see a line that's same side as the ruler, that's the height of the triangle, which is 8 cm. So half times 3 times 8. Okay, so those of you who are confused with finding the height, use a ruler. And how do you do faster in the working? Shortcut, cancel, divide by 2, divide by 2, you get 4. And then 3 times 4 is 12 cm squared. So your answer is number 1, shortcut. What is a shortcut? The shortcut is to cancel. Somebody voice. Okay, so then you have to mute yourself. Mr. can hear your background. Okay, let's go to number 4. All right. The mass of 70 cans of tuna weighs 10,500 grams. What is the mass of 1 can of tuna? Now, the numbers are very big, and you're not supposed to use calculator. You're supposed to do something like this, right? Divide by 70. So once again, shortcut, your teacher has taught you already. You cancel means cancel the 0 and throw away, right? You don't take back the 0. And then the other number, you also cancel 1 0. Okay, so you have to be fair. If you cancel 1 0 in one number, then the other number, you also have to cancel 1 0. Okay, then what do you have? You have 1,050 and then divide by 7. Okay, then you do your long division, or you can cover the 0. All right, another shortcut, cover the 0. Okay, this 0 you cover, and then you have 105 divided by 7, which is 15. And what is cover? Cover means you must put back later. So you cover the 0 and then you put back. So cover the 0 and then put it back after you divide. So you will get 150. So what is the mass of 1 can of tuna? Number 3. Okay. Am I correct? Okay, any mistake? Sometimes Mr. make careless mistake. You also must tell me. If I make careless mistake, you must let me know. Okay, let me just use my calculator. Just double check to make sure that the answer is correct. Okay, because sometimes Mr. does make careless mistake. Yeah, the answer is number 3. Okay, number 3. Okay, all this your teacher has taught you how to divide numbers with zeros. Okay, let's go to the next one. But give yourself 2 marks. Okay, 2 marks. sorry, 2 marks, yeah. Okay, every question is 1 mark if you get it correct, so 2 marks. Okay, let's go to the next one, question 5. Okay, question 5. Okay, it's a bit slow. Hang on for a while. Okay, so which of the following is the same as 13 over 1000? Now, what do you call this fraction? You call it 13,000, all right, 13,000. So there are 3 zeros in 1000. So which means that your decimal is how many decimal places is your decimal? Your decimal places must be 3 decimal places. Why 3 decimal places? Because 1000, right? 1000 got 3 zeros. All right, so what is 13 over 1000? What decimal is that? That will be 0.0, push the 13 all the way to the end. Okay, push the 13 all the way to the end, and your decimal is number 3. Okay, so how do you know there are 3 decimal places? Because 1000 got 3 zeros. If it's 100, okay, if it's 100, then it'll be 2 decimal places. If it's 10, then there'll be 1 decimal place. Understand? Okay, anyone who is confused, raise your hand. Right, if you're not sure, you're not clear, raise your hand. Okay, Karina, you understand, Karina? Hello, Karina. Okay, let's continue. Okay, question 6. Now, Mr. Star needs to book some buses for a school trip. There are 242 pupils and teachers altogether. What is the least number of buses she needs to book if one bus can carry a maximum of 40 passengers? So you have to take everybody, which is 242, and then you divide by 1 bus, 40 passengers. Okay, and then you must do some guess and check. So what times 40 is 242, all right, or very near to 242. 6 times 40 is 240, right? And then what do? Then you minus and you get a remainder 2. So what is 6 remainder 2? It means that you need 6 buses and there is a leftover 2 passengers. There are 2 passengers that cannot form a group. So what happened to these 2 passengers? They have to take another bus. So you have 6 bus plus 1 more bus for the 2 passengers. So your answer is number 3. Okay, right? Okay, Celine, understand, Celine? Right, all these are 1 mark, simple. And by the way, just to let you know, in primary 6, the paper 1 are not like that. Okay, paper 1 will be definitely a little harder than all this. Okay, so Bob drinks 2 over 7 liters in a day. So how much juice will Bob drink in 5 days? So you take 2 over 7 liters and you times 5 days. Now you have to change the whole number into a fraction. And then can you cancel? Cannot cancel, right? Then you multiply the numerators, 2 times 5, 7 times 1. And then change the improper fraction into a mixed number. So you will have to do your long division. 10 divided by 7. So 1 times 7, and then you get a remainder 3. So what's the mixed number? 137. So how much orange juice did he drink? So there'll be 1 and 3 over 7 liters. So answer will be number 3. Okay, all right, let's go on. Give yourself how many marks? So how many questions here? So you have 3 questions. You have how many questions here? So you have 5, 6, 7. So there are 3 questions here. If you get all correct, give yourself 3 marks. Yeah, Karina. Okay. Okay, hang on for a while first. Somebody call me, but Miss Long can't answer. Okay, let's go to number 8. Okay, go to number 8. Okay, in the figure below, not drawn to scale. Now, find angle Y. So how do you find this angle Y? Okay, very easy. Now, can you see straight lines? Every time you see straight lines, look for what? Look for X. Okay, you can actually look for X. So let's see whether can you find an X there. If you look carefully, all right, there's a straight line here. And then your EC also another straight line. So once you see there's an X, then your angle Y is the same as these 2 angles add together, which is 90, which is a right angle, plus another 40. So 90 plus 40, angle Y is 130 degrees. So lesson here, when you see 2 straight lines, look for X. Right, there could be an X somewhere. Okay, Alistair, you understand, right? Okay. Okay, let's go to number 9. Okay, the average of 4 numbers is 34. Ms. Long told you before already. Every time you have average, you can always find total. So how do you find the total? You take the average times how many numbers? 34 times 4. Okay, and if you don't know how to do, what do? Draw average model. Okay, but if you know how to do, then you don't have to draw. So 34 times 4, you will get 136, which is the total. And the total of 3 numbers is 108. So what is the 4th number? You take the total of all the numbers minus the total of the 3 numbers, and you get what is the fourth number, which is 28. So your fourth number is number 2, 28. Okay, all right. Anyone get the answer wrong for this? If you get the answer wrong, you need to draw the model, average model. Okay, there's an average model that you can draw. Okay, anyone needs me to show you the average model? If you need, raise your hand, then I'll show you the average model. Nobody, right? Okay, then we will not show the model. Okay, let's go to number 10. Okay, and give yourself how many marks? So you have 8 and 9, right? So give yourself 2 marks. Okay, 2 marks for these 2 questions. Okay, let's go to number 10 now. Okay, there is a total of 50 red and blue in the box. 15 of them are red cubes. What is the ratio of the blue to the total cubes? Okay, ratio method. Okay, so if you're going to use ratio method, what should you be doing? You should be labeling. Red is to blue. And does your ratio have a total? Yeah, the question is talking about the total. So your ratio has a total. This is ratio method. So you must label the ratio, put the 50 inside, and the how many red? 15 red, and how many blue? 50 minus 15, you get 35. Okay, 35 blue. Okay. Okay, everybody, can you hand out for a while first? Miss, I need to answer a call first, okay? Give me a while first. Karina, I can't talk to you now, like Karina. This one is teaching now. Can I talk to you? Are you unable to come online? Okay, it's okay. Never mind. I will give you the recorded lesson. Yeah, so I'll call you back later. Okay, I'll give you the recorded lesson. Okay? Yeah. Right. Everybody is back, right? Okay, just to let you know that if you need to call me after 8 p.m., Mr. Tong can't answer you because otherwise everybody is all waiting, right? So so Mr. Tong will be answering any calls when the lesson starts. Okay, so what is the ratio of the blue to the total? So you look at this one, the blue to the total. So your ratio must be simplest form. So you divide by 5 and divide by 5. So that's your ratio, 7:10. So answer number 4. Okay. All right, now let's go to question 11. Okay, Mr. Tan's car can travel 45 kilometers on 5 liters of petrol. At this rate, how far can he travel on 16 liters of petrol? So 5 liters, arrow sign, 45 kilometers. So do this way. When you do this way, it's easier to understand, all right? Easier to know what to do next, because the next step is to find 1 liter. All right, so you write like that, then you will know what to do next. So 1 liter is 45. Is it times, plus, divide, or minus? You divide by 5 on the left side, and then on the other side, you also must do the same. So you understand that 45 divided by 5, and that gives you 9 kilometers. So 1 liter is 9 kilometers. Okay, how far can the car travel on 16 liters? Then is it plus, times, divide? Some of you are confused, right? Then from 1 to 16, how to get from 1 to become 16? You times 16. Then the other side, you also do the same, times 16. So 16 times 9, you will get 144 kilometers. And that's how you get your answer number 2. Right, some of you, you don't know whether divide or times. Then you do this way. All right, then you will understand how to do already. Okay, all right, how many marks for this one? Okay, so you can see that question 10, 1 mark, question 11 is 2 marks. Okay, so total will be 3 marks. So if you get all correct, 3 marks. Question 10 is 1 mark. Question 11 is 2 marks.
Always.
Yeah, 11 onwards is 2 marks. Okay, question 1 to question 10 is always 1 mark. Okay, so let's go on. If you have a lot of mistakes, then what do you do if you have a lot of mistakes? You need to revise. Okay, revise and do again. Okay, do again, see whether you understand and don't make the same mistakes. Okay, question 12. Okay, a rectangular container is filled with water to a depth of 6 cm. Alvin pours another 1.05 liters of water into the container. So draw something, all right? Ms. Tong told you a method, which is to draw a diagram. So put something onto your picture so that it looks clearer. So what is the volume of the water in the container now? So when you pour water inside, what will happen? The water level will go up, right? Will go higher, right? So you're supposed to find what is the water inside the container now. So how do you find? You have to find the water at first. How much is the water at first? Can you see the red color? The red color water. So you have to find how much water at first. You take length times breadth times height of the water at first. Shortcut. Okay, shortcut. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 6 is 72. And put back the 0. Okay, shortcut. All right, and that is 720 centimeter cube, right? Okay, then you're going to take 1.05 liters plus 720 cm cube. But you cannot plus. Why cannot plus? Because it's liters. Every time you want to plus, minus, divide, or whatever, you have to make sure that all the units are the same, right? Everything all cm cube or everything all liters. So can we change this into cm cube? So you take 1.05 times 1,000 because 1 liter is 1,000 and you don't have a calculator. So how? So you're going to shift the decimal point to the right 1, 2, and 3. Right, can you see what I'm doing? Must know how to shift to the right. And then you put a 0 in the empty basket. And the arrowhead, there's a decimal point. And then there's a 0 behind. So how many cm cube? 1,050 cm cube that you pour some more. Okay, so what is the total water now? Then you take 1,050 centimeter cube plus 720 centimeter cube, and you get the total water. Okay, so you do your working. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to use my calculator so we can do a bit faster. Okay, if you do your working correctly, you will get 1770 centimeter cube. But there's no centimeter cube in the answer, right? So it is also the same as 1770 ml. Same. Okay, same. So the answer is number 3. Yep, Caleb, you raise your hand.
It's okay if I also change the 0.7. I mean, change the 720 to 0.72, right?
Also can, but avoid decimal. Avoid decimal. In paper 1, don't have decimal. Try to avoid decimal because decimal makes everything a bit harder. Right, so change into whole numbers. Remember that because paper 1, no calculator. So which is better to work with? You want decimal or you want whole numbers? I think whole numbers is easier, right? So try not to have decimals in your steps. Okay, let's go to, so how many marks for this? So, oh, there's only one question only. So question 12, so there's 2 marks, okay? 2 marks if you get it correct. Okay, let's go to question 13, all right? Okay, by the way, the lesson is recorded, so if you need to look at it again, you can watch the video. All right, so in the figure below, not drawn to scale, WZY is a straight line, XZ equal to XY. So you will need to put the markings there, but it's done for you already. And it's also equal to WZ, so put the markings there. And then blah, blah, blah. And there's one more thing you must do, put the question mark, ZWX. So where is your ZWX? Put the question mark, put the markings before you start solving, which I told you last year already, right? Okay, now this is isosceles triangle. So which 2 angles are equal? All right, look at the 2 sides, they are equal. Can you see the 2 sides which I'm drawing here? Right, these are the 2 sides that are equal. So which 2 angles are equal? The angles at the end of the 2 sides. Okay, the angles at the end of these 2 red lines are equal. So you put 58 degrees, make sure you put numbers onto your pictures. Okay, and look for easy angle. Don't care about the question mark, look for easy angle. How about the other angle that I indicate? What angle is that? 180, angle on the straight line, minus 58, I get 122. And whatever numbers you found, you need to put inside. Some of you never put, that's why you are stuck. Okay. And then how to get the question mark there? Because there is another isosceles triangle and these 2 sides are equal. Can you see that? These 2 sides are equal. So which 2 angles are equal? The angles at the end of each 2 sides. Okay, the angles at the end of the 2 sides, they are equal. So which means that you have to take 180. Why? Because sum of angles in the triangle minus 122 and then divide by 2. Okay, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I use my calculator to do a bit faster. So minus 122 and then divide by 2, you will get 29. So this angle here is 29 and this angle, which is the question mark, is also 29. So your answer is what? Number 1. Do you understand? Okay, all right. Anyone not clear, do raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand. That's why it's important to be online. Okay, if you are not online, you can't ask any questions. Okay, question 14. Okay, question 14 looks very wordy. This is a kind of question you will see in P6, right? In the paper 1, in P6, you will see wordy questions. But does it mean it's very hard? No, it's not very hard. It's actually quite easy. Peter, Quincy, and Ron had some stamps. The ratio of the stamps Peter had to the stamps Ron had was 2:3. And the number of stamps Quincy had to the stamps Ron had was 6:5. So find the ratio of stems that Peter had to Ron to Quincy. Ratio method. All right, so if you are going to use ratio method, then how to use? You have to label the ratio. Peter is to Ron. 2 is to 3. Am I correct? And then Quincy to Ron. Quincy is to Ron. 6 is to 5. And then you see the two ratio, and what do you learn? Is there something the same? Yeah, there's something the same. Ron and Ron, but the numbers are different. So what must you do? You have to make equal. What is the same person make equal? So this ratio, you have to times 5. And the other ratio, you have to times 3. And then what do you get? And then you will get 10 is to 15, 18 is to 15. So now can you see Ron same already, right? Ron has same number already. Okay, so what's the ratio that the question asks you? So you're supposed to find the ratio of the stems that Peter had, which is 10 to Ron. So Ron is the second person, which is 15 to Quincy. Quincy is the last person. So that will be, where's Quincy? I think this is Quincy, right? Quincy is 18, right? 10 is to 15 is to 18. So your answer is number 2. Oh, sorry, number what? 10 is to 15 is to 18, number 1. Okay, so you can see the questions is wordy. It's wordy, but you have learned before already. So it's nothing very hard because you have learned before. What is the same make equal? Okay, all right, so give yourself how many marks? So there are 2 questions here, right? So you give yourself 4 marks, right? 4 marks if you get both answers correct. Okay, let's go to 15. Okay, 15. Okay, now you can see that, wow, once again, you tell Miss Tong you don't know how to do, Miss Tong's gonna cop the head already. All right, those of you will tell Miss Tong, I don't know how to do. Now, what is the method? Let me ask somebody. Suren, what's the method? Method? Model, yeah, model, right? Yeah, when you don't know how to do, every time you don't know how to do, run through the methods. Is there any method I can use? Model drawing. So Della, Emma, and Fiona sold some concert tickets. Fiona sold 4 times as many as Emma. That's model drawing. Fiona sold 150 tickets more than Emma. These are clues to tell you that you can draw model. And then Della and Fiona sold 355 tickets altogether. And how many tickets did Della sold? Okay, I still don't know how to do, even though I know it's model drawing, but I still don't know how to do. Miss Song never tell you how to do. Miss Song teach you to how to draw. So how do you draw? You draw the first sentence, but if you don't know how to draw the first sentence, skip. Go to the next sentence and draw the next sentence, and you don't need to know how to do. You just have to know how to draw. So 4 boxes, right? Because Fiona sold 4 times as many as Emma. So Emma must be 1 box. Okay, and then Fiona sold more than Emma. Okay, so Fiona sold more than Emma, so 150 more than Emma. So you continue to add on to your model and you draw until here already, right? No solving. And then Della and Fiona. So Della, where you want to put Della? You want to put here or you want to put here? Now, it's better to put beside the person that you're comparing, right? It's better to put beside Fiona. So which means that I will put Della where? I'll put Della on top, because it's nearer to Fiona. So Della and Fiona sold 355 tickets altogether. So Della, do we know whether she has the most or she has the least? I don't know. So anyhow draw. Okay, there's something called anyhow draw. Because the question never say Della got the most, or got the least. We are not sure. So anyhow draw. Okay, and you can still solve later. So Della and Fiona, so these 2 persons, sold 355 tickets altogether. How many tickets did Della sold? So question mark, model finish. So those of you who never draw model and get the answer wrong, it's not going to cut the head already. Because why? Not very hard, right? When you draw the model. Then you look at the model, and then what you do? 3 units is 150. Okay, and 1 unit is 150 divided by 3, and 1 unit is 50. And then Fiona has how many? Fiona has 4 units, so 50 times 4. Right, and you get 200. Whatever numbers you have found, add on to your model. Okay, so that your model looks more clear. All right, whatever you have found, add on to your model. Okay, so Mr. is telling you, like any numbers you found, just put inside, and then it becomes clearer and clearer. And now you can find the question mark. How do you find the question mark? You take 355 minus 200, and you get 155. So Della has how many? Della has 155. right? Which is answer number 1. And our model looks a little bit funny because Della has the longest, but 155, which is smaller than 200. Okay, so we didn't draw the model accurately, but doesn't matter. We can still solve the problem, right? You can see that, right? So sometimes your model may not be perfect, but you can still solve. Okay, so that's your question 15 already, answer number 1. And give yourself 2 marks if you got it correct. Okay, and those who didn't get it, yeah, Caleb?
I'm still copying.
Okay, hurry.
Very fast, I almost died.
Yeah. Okay, so Miss Wan tell you, cannot say don't know how to do. You don't know how to do is fine, but what is your method? What methods have you learned? And then use that method to solve. Okay? Okay, let's move on already. Let's go to the easy questions again. Your question 16 to 20. Okay, this one is like, this one is quite easy. So place value. So what is the missing number? Okay, let's find the missing number. Okay, hang on for a while. Okay, so what's the missing number? You look at the digit 6. What's the value? There's 600,000. What's the value of this digit 2, which is 20,000? And then this is digit 5 is 5,000. And then the digit 4, what's the value? 400. And then 7, 70, and 8 ones. Okay, so this is quite easy. Nothing very hard. Okay, next one. Michael is 1.83 meter tall, and he is 24 cm taller than Fred. What is Fred's height? Now, you cannot plus or minus because the unit size are different. So what must you do? You have to change the meter into cm. So how do you change? You take 1.83 meter, and how do you change into centimeter? You have to times 100. Okay, times 100, shift the decimal point to the right, 1, 2. And the decimal point is above the arrowhead, and then put a 0 behind. So 183 cm. Okay, now you can plus or minus and whatever. So Michael is 183 cm taller. So which means that you must take 183 minus 24 because Fred is shorter. And if Fred is shorter, then you have to minus. So 183 minus 24. And if you work out correctly, your answer will be 159 cm. Okay.
I just put 183 minus 24. Do I have to put like 1.83 equals 183 cm?
Oh, no need, no need. Mr. is looking, when in the exam, we are looking for this. Looking for this. It's only 1 mark only. Okay, only 1 mark. So how you get your answer, if you don't show any steps, which is no good, not very good. If you don't show any step, but you still get the answer correct, you still get the full marks. Okay, but you should show the steps. Okay, how you get the answer. Okay, so let's go on to question 18. Okay, now this one. Whoever made the mistake for this in all my groups, whoever made the mistake for this, you have no excuse already. Mrs. Low bought 4/5 kg of carrots. She cooked 2/3 of them. So how many kilograms of carrots did she cook? Can you take the 4/5 minus 2/3? Cannot, because this fraction has a kg. There is no kg in front. Right, the other fraction has no kg. So those of you who can take 4/5 minus 2/3 or make the denominator the same, that's wrong already. So how are you supposed to find how many kilograms she cooked? Now look carefully, okay? This is another good chance to remember. She cooked 2/3 of, what is of? Times, okay? And what is them? The fraction is talking about what? Remember, what is a fraction talking about? Talking about them. What is them? Them is all the carrots, which is 4/5 kg. All right, so the of is times, and what is 2/3 talking generally about? It's talking about the carrots, which is 4/5 kg. So 2/3 times 4/5 kg. Then you cancel, but you cannot cancel, so you multiply the numerators. 2 times 4, and then 3 times 5. So how many kilogram of carrots did she cook? Which is 8/15 kilogram, right? If any one of you put 2/3 kilogram, also wrong. Okay, it's wrong because that 2/3 is not the kilogram, all right? It's just a representation. Okay, understand? All right, so one more time, it's not say again, one last time. This fraction cannot minus this fraction or cannot plus. Why cannot plus? There is a kg here, there's no kg here. How can you plus and minus? Cannot, right? Okay, all right, so remember that. Okay, so how many marks? So you have 3 questions here, so give yourself 3 marks. Okay, 3 marks if you get everyone correct. Okay, let's go to 19 already. Okay, 19 and okay, method. Okay, when we say method, open your ears big, ears big. I can draw model, stacking model. I can draw stacking model, but if you don't like model all the time, or you don't like to draw model all the time, then unitary method, which is what you have been doing, all right? What you have been doing since primary 3, okay? Without the model, okay? Without the model. So what is unitary method? Revise. A cupcake and 3 cones cost $7.50. The cupcake costs 2 times 2 units. That is your unitary method already, okay? Unitary method. And the cone is 1 time, which is 1 unit, okay? Without the model. So how much do 4 cones cost? All right, how do you use this method? Very simple. So 1 cupcake is 2 units. 3 cones is how many units? So 3 cones will be 1 unit times 3. Okay, let me just write over here. Okay, so that is easier. 1 cupcake is 2 units, right? 3 cones will be how many units? 3 cones must be 3 times 1 unit. Okay, all right. So a cupcake and 3 cones. So all together, how many units? So all together will be 5 units, right? Cost 5 units. And 5 unit will be equal to $7.50. Then you have 1 unit. Okay, now avoid decimal, right? How do you avoid decimal? You change the decimal into cents, 750 cents. Yeah, that can do faster, right? Then you divide by 5. Okay, so in paper 1, try to avoid the decimal, change it to whole numbers, and you will get 150 cents or $1.50. Okay, so what is the lesson here? Try not to work with decimal if you can. All right, so can you find how much is 4 cones? So 4 cones will be how many units? 4 cones will be 4 units because 1 cone is 1 unit. So 4 cones, 4 units. So $1.50 times 4, and of course you can avoid decimal if you want. Change it to cents, and you get 600 cents or $6. Okay, no calculator. No one is supposed to use calculator for all this. So answer $6. Okay, clear, Suren? Understand, Suren? Yeah. By the way, Mr. is not looking at the answer key. So if anyone feel the answer is wrong, just raise your hand because I am not looking at the answer key. Okay, Caleb, you have a question?
It's okay, I just write 6, like without the dollars.
Can. You can just put $6. Can.
Okay,
Okay, question 20. Quickly already. Okay, a florist sells 80 stalks of roses per day. At this rate, how many stalks did he sell in a week? 7 days. 1 week is 7 days. 80 times 7, shortcut. This one I expect everyone to know. You cover the 0, 8 times 7, 56, and put back the 0. Simple. Okay, so 560, right? Cover the 0, then later put back. Okay, how come Miss Wan see a lot of writing? Do you have a lot of mistakes? Miss Wan see writing, or you haven't done yet, or you have a lot of mistakes, or what? Okay, anyway, if you have a lot of mistakes, just understand, okay? Make sure you learn from the mistakes. Okay, let's go to and how many marks for this page? This page will be all 1 mark. So give yourself 2 marks, all right, if you get all correct. Okay, let's go to 2 mark, the question 21 already. Okay, the ratio. So now you have ratio again. The ratio of the length of the rectangle to the breadth is 5:3. The breadth of the rectangle is 12 cm, which is how many units? You can put down. Okay, let's put down here. Okay, ratio method. So you label length is length to breadth 5:3. Yep, and the breadth of the rectangle is 12 cm. So I'm sure you had learned this in school, right? So that tells you 3 units is equal to 12 cm. So 1 unit, 12 divided by 3. Then can you find the length? The length is 4 units, and then 4 times 4. So the length is 16 cm. Yep. Okay. Then how do you find the perimeter of the rectangle? Now, some of you have a tendency to make careless mistake. There is a method, draw a diagram. There's no rectangle drawn for you, so you can draw. So the length is 5 units, which is 16, and the breadth is 12, and the breadth here is also 12. Now, why do I show this? Because some of you, your answer is 16 plus 12, which is 28. You put your answer as 28 cm, which is wrong. But what is perimeter? Perimeter means you have to add all the sides. 16 plus 16 plus 12 plus 12, right? So 16 plus 16 plus 12 plus 12 to get the perimeter. All right, so what's the answer? Okay, let me just use my calculator. And your answer should be 56 centimeter. Am I correct? Yeah? Okay.
I have a question.
Okay, let's give others a chance first. Okay, Karina, you raised your hand, right, Karina?
It said that the length is 5 unit, right?
The length is 5 unit, yes.
But why you write 4 unit equals to 60 cm?
Okay, let's go through one more time. Okay, let's go through one more time, a bit slower. Now, the length to the breadth. The length to the breadth is what ratio? 5:3, which means the length is how many? The length is 5, right? And the breadth is 3 units, right? So if the breadth is 3 units, what is the actual breadth? You look at the question. The breadth of the rectangle is 12 cm. So isn't that 3 units equal to 12 cm? Do you agree with that? Do you understand? 3 units equal to 12 cm. Then you find 1 unit. All right. The next step is automatic. Find 1 unit. So you take 12 divided by 3, you get 1 unit, which is 4 cm. And once you know what is 1 unit, then what should you find? You should find okay. You should find the length. Yeah.
That was what I was.
Yeah, you should find
Yeah,
the
that's
length.
why I'm like, wait.
Okay, yes. Now, so you
Am I
got the
wrong?
mistake. Okay, so now Karina is observant. So what's the length? The length is 5 units. So 5 times 4. Okay, 5 times 4. Okay, 20 cm. Okay, Karina. Okay, yeah, you spot the mistake. So the length is 20. Okay, let's put down 20 cm. So let's do some adjustment. So if the length is 20 cm, then you just put over here 20 and 20. Okay, so those of you who are doing corrections, you just tidy up the steps. Okay, so now can we find the perimeter of the rectangle? So how do you find the perimeter? You add all the sides. So 20 plus 12 plus 20 plus 12. Okay, so what is that? Your answer will be 64 cm, right? So now does everyone get the answer correct already? Everyone got the answer correct already? Then just now when Miss Tong, put down 56, and Miss Tong asked a question. Do you get the answer correct? Then everybody, yeah. But the answer is actually wrong, right? And you also, yeah.
I just put 24 and 40. 24 plus 40.
Yeah, Mr. is wondering, those of you, the earlier answer that was wrong, and Mr. asked you, is it correct? Oh, yes. This of you. Then Mr. is wondering, have you done your work or not? Okay, anyway. Okay, let's continue, okay? All right, so question 22. Mary spent 20% of her money and had $240 left. So how much money did she spend? Okay, when there is a percentage problem, there is 100%. All right, 100% means everything. So what is your 100% in this problem, which is all her money? All right, so Ms. Tong has taught you last year, the money is 100%. So if she spent 20%, how many percent left? So do some mental sum. 80% is left, right? Which is $240. Okay, shortcut. Because you don't have a calculator, you're supposed to find how much you spend. So you can find 1%. Yeah, you can find 1%, but do you realize that you can actually jumping method, divide by 4? Instead of finding 1%, you divide by 4 to get 20%, and then the other side, you also divide by 4, right? And then how to divide? You cover the 0, and you have 24 divided by 4, that'll be 6, and put back the 0 you cover. So how much did she spend? Okay, Alistair got to raise her hand, okay? Raise her hand so that Ms. Tong knows then Ms. Tong can ask you later. Yeah, Alistair, what do you say?
It should be
80% is $240 left, right? Right, 80% left, which is $240. Then you want to find how much you spent, which is 20%. So how much is 20%? You just have to jump. Okay, Okay, jump, divide by 4. Right, divide by 4 to get 20. And then the other side, you also divide by 4. And that's how you get $60. Yep. Okay, Karina, question?
Why is it not 20% times 240 equals to $48?
Okay, no. Do you okay, first of all, let's look at this. Okay, what is this question about? Mary spent 20% of her money, right? So what is the money, which is 100%? And then she got $240 left. So how many percent is left? If you spend 20%, so 100% minus 20% is equal to 80% left, right? 80% left. So your 80% left, is how much left? Is your $240 left? Can you see that? Right? So if 80% is $240, then what do? Then you can find 1%, right? If you want to find 1%, also fine. You find 1%. So 240 divided by 80, you will get $3. Okay, I'm going to squeeze inside $3. So 1% is $3. Then you find 20%, which is the money she spent. So how much is 20%? Then 20 times 3, which is $60. So she spent $60. Okay. All right. The rest of you, are you clear? Right. So yeah, Elisa.
I was raising my hand to ask you if I did that was okay, but then you just went through.
Miss Ong said it's okay, but Miss Ong was talking to you about the shortcut, right? So if you jump, you can do faster if you jump, right? Jumping method, remember Miss Ong told you the jumping method? So if you jump, you can actually cut down your timing, cut down your steps, right? You don't have to find 1%, you jump, okay? All right, now let's go on, right? Because otherwise we don't have enough time. Those of you who have questions, what do? Later at the end of the session, right? At the end of the 1 hour session, you can stay behind, all right? Stay behind to ask so that the rest of us, we don't have to wait so long, right? Wait so long for Ms. Long to answer all the questions. So if you have any questions later, you can stay behind later, okay? So just circle those questions that you want to ask me later. Okay, question 23. Now, at the photocopying shop, the charges for the first 10 copies is 30 cents per copy. For every additional copy after the first 10 copies, it is charged at 15 cents per copy. So Richard photocopied 40 copies, and how much did he pay? All right, method. Okay, so there's a method here, which is the line method. Okay, the line method, so you need to draw a line. Okay, those of you in my group, so this is how you draw. Have a line, okay, a line, and then put a big arrow, which is 40 copies, right? So he printed 40 copies, and you must always take out the first 10 copies, right? Take out the first 10 copies. And how much is the first 10 copies, which is not 30 cents, it's 30 cents times 10. So do your working inside. 30 cents times 10, and you will get 300 cents or $3. Okay, clear? And then there are another remaining 30 copies. So these are your additional, right? Additional copies. And every additional copy is how much? That is 15 cents. So you take 30 times 15 cents, avoid the decimal. Avoid the decimal, right? So they can do faster. And then what is 30 times 15? 15 times 3 is 45, and put back the 0. So that'll be 450 cents or $4.50. So how much did he pay for all the copies? So you plus them together, $7.50. Do you understand? Method here, a line method. Okay, line method. Okay, so okay, do you get the answer correct? Okay. Okay, all right, Caleb and Alistair, you just ask me the questions later, right? Just indicate those questions you want to ask me. Then at the end of the session, everyone will leave, and then you can ask me later, all right? So that the rest don't have to wait so long. Okay, let's go on to question 24 first. Any question, just indicate first, okay? All right, and to those of you who have not asked me questions, please ask questions if you don't know. All right. Okay, in the figure below, you have FOD and AOE are straight lines. BOD is a right angle. So where is your BOD? So you will need to mark out the right angle, right? Use a color or something, and then put the right angle there, and then put the question mark AOB. So where is your AOB? So you must indicate the question mark like this. Okay, so once you are done already, what do? Look for easy angles. Okay, what are the easy angle? Can you find this angle here, which is 90, right angle, minus 36, and you will get 54 degrees. Okay, what else can you find? I can find this angle here. Can you see that? Because there's a straight line. Every time there's a straight line, then angle on a straight line is 180 minus 124, and you get 56. And whatever numbers you found, you put inside. Okay, all right, what else can I find now? Do you see another straight line? There is another straight line. So what do? You take 108, or you add 56 plus 36 plus 54. Add all these angles together. So 56 plus 54 and plus 36. You add them together, you will get how many? You will get 146. Okay, and then what do you do next? To find the question mark, you take 180 and you minus 146. and you will get 34 degrees. So the question mark here is 34 degrees. So did you get the answer correct? Yep. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so copying down, right? Some of you are copying down, so just wait a while because you need to end at 9. Okay, so we cannot answer too many questions. We need to end at 9. All right, this is a 1 hour lesson. Okay, let's go to question 25. Okay, question 25, 10 identical cubes were stacked on top of the other. The height of the stack of cubes was 25.6 cm. All right, then what do? 4 cubes were removed. What was the height of the remaining stack? So you have 10 cubes, you can actually call unitary method. Again, the method, unitary method. So 10 units is the height of 10 cubes, 25.6 cm. So can you find 1 unit or 1 cube? How high is 1 cube? Divide by 10. Shortcut, all right, shift the decimal point to the left. So shift to the left 1 time, and you will get 2.56 centimeter when you divide by 10. Okay, you understand? When you divide by 10, shift the decimal point to the left 1 time. So the height of 1 cube is 2.56 cm. So how many cubes are left behind? You take away 4 cubes, so you have 6 cubes left behind. So you take 2.56 times 6. All right, this one, no shortcut. So you have to do working. So 2.56 times 6, P4, how to multiply decimal? 6 times 6, 36. 5 times 6, 30, then plus 3, you get 33. And then 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 3, 15. So the height of the remaining cube is how high? 15.36 centimeter. Do you get the answer correct? Okay, good. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, 5 more questions to go. Okay, question 26. Okay, oh, by the way, give yourself 2 marks. Miss Tang don't have time to tell you how many marks. So from 21 to 30, how many marks? 2 marks. Okay, 2 marks for every question from 21 to 30. Okay, in the figure below, not drawn to scale, you have a straight line. WZY is a straight line, and WXZ is an equilateral triangle. So please recognize what triangle is that, because there are a few triangles inside. Don't look at the wrong triangle. And then what do? Every time you see equilateral triangle, go and mark out the 60 degrees. All right, no solving yet. Do not solve yet, because you have to do all these things first. And then you have to keep reading and then put the question mark, which is over here. Put the question mark. And then what do you do once you've done all this? Then you look for easy angle. Can you find this angle here, which is angle on the straight line? Can you see the blue line? And there's 180 minus 60, and you get 120. Yep. So this angle here is 120 degrees. And now can you find the question mark? Yeah, you can find already, because there's a triangle. So sum of angles in the triangle add together is 180. Then you minus 120 and you minus 37. And okay, what do you get? Okay, let me just use my calculator. 180 minus 120 minus 37. And your answer is 23. Okay, so do you get 23 degrees? Okay, Suning, okay, Suning. Okay, all right, so let's go on to question number 27. Okay, now, any question, if you have any questions, you can ask now, or you can ask later. Don't worry, after the 1 hour lesson, I will answer those questions. Okay, the average mass, this one, method. Okay, there's a big method here, all right? And what is the method? Average model. Some of you can't do this question, right? But I have gone through this problem already. I've even shown you the model. What model is that? The model is average model. Okay, average model, because this is an average problem. So the average mass of a few bags, do we know how many bags? We don't know. And the average mass of a few bags is 20 kilograms. Now, everybody, you need to draw. You draw a rectangle. Okay, this is average model. We don't know how many boxes to cut. So you cut the first bag and the last bag. And average mass means every bag is 20. Okay, every bag is 20 kilograms, and we don't know how many bags are there. So that is a division model, average model. Okay, we don't know how many boxes to cut, dotted line. Okay, when another bag with a mass of 30 kilograms is added, the average mass of the bags increased to 22 kilograms. All right, so what happened to the model now? The model has now become even longer. Why become even longer? Because you add one more bag. And what happened when you add one more bag? The total mass has increased by how many? The total mass will have increased by 30 kilogram. Why? Because you added one more bag. All right, now pay attention, because how are you going to cut the model? Okay, look carefully. Okay, this is the first bag. Okay, let me just use a black color. This is the first bag. So you're going to cut the first bag also, the same bag. Okay, the same bag. This is the last bag before you add another bag. And you're going to cut the same last bag. Okay, this is the same last bag. Okay, so you have the first bag. All right, the first bag. And over here is also the same person. This is the last bag before you add another one. This is also the last bag before you added, right? The same person, same last person. So what is the average mass? Okay, the average mass is what? When you add one more bag, what's the average mass? The average mass increased to 22. So now every one of the bag became 22. Then Mr. Ong asks you, what is this? What is this box? This box must be the bag that you added. Right, that last box is the extra bag that you added. And what is the average mass of this last bag? Also what? Also 22, right? So you put down 22. Okay, very important now, Mr. must tell you. You must know where's the first bag, where's the last bag, because later on you will see why. Okay, so how many bags of rice were there at first? So can we find how many bags at first? Yeah, we can find already. So how to find? Use the model to find. So this is the question mark. How many bags at first? Okay. Yep. Or you can even put over here. Your question mark can also put over here. How many bags at first? Yep. Correct. This is your model. And now we can solve. All right. So open your eyes big. How to solve? Look at the average. From 20 become 22. So every bag has increased by how many? So you take 22 kilogram minus 20 kilogram. So there's an increase of 2 kilogram. So you're going to give every bag 2 kilogram. But take from where? Where do you take from to give every bag 2 kilogram? Look at the last bag. Okay, look at the last bag. Draw a dotted line. Okay, to show the last bag. Look at the same last bag, remember? And draw a dotted line also. And then in between the two dotted lines, how many is in between the dotted lines? You see 30 kilogram minus 22, and you will get 8 kilogram. So there is a 8 kilogram that you are going to take and give to everyone 2 more kilogram. So this 8 kilogram, what do? You're going to give to some bags so that every bag has 2 kilogram more. So how many bags do you give away to? You must have, or how many bags will that be? That'll be 4 bags already. So you must have given to 4 bags. So how many bags were there at first? So the answer is 4. Okay, so there were 4 bags at first. Did anyone get the answer correct? We talk about this the last in P5, right? In P5, we talk about this, the average model, which is the harder, right? The harder average model. So the harder question on average. So if you know how to draw the model, it's very easy to solve this kind of problem, all right, using the model. Okay, if you are not clear about this question, never mind, after the lesson, you let me know, we will go through one more time. Okay, all right, so question 28, let's go on, question 28. And the cost of a printer inclusive of 7% GST is $428. So that must be 100%, which is the original price, plus another 7% GST. So that will be 107%, right? So 107% is the cost, okay, the cost. And that is the cost of the printer inclusive of GST, right? Then you have to find 1% and then how to divide, no calculator, guess and check. So you take 428 divided by 107 and $4, right? No calculator. So 1% is $4. What is the cost of the printer before GST? That has to be 100%, right? 100% is always the original price. So 100 times 4. So the price of the printer before GST, $400. Okay, understand? Okay, let's move on already. Okay, question 29. Okay, 2 questions more to go. Okay, now, and so read the question and you have straight lines, find angle P. Okay, now don't put the question mark onto the diagram, but don't care about the question mark. Look for angles that can be found easily. So there is a straight line. So 180 angle on the straight line minus 148, you get 32 degrees. Okay, whatever numbers you found, put inside. There is another straight line here and 180 and you minus 124, right? And you will get 56 degrees. Okay, and you put your number here. See, then everything becomes clearer and clearer. And then there's a triangle in the middle. So can you now find the question mark? Yes, you take sum of angles in the triangle, minus 56 and minus 32. And then what do you get? Okay, so that's 180 minus 56 minus 32, answer 92 degrees. Okay, got it? Karina, got it? Okay, all right. All right, so if you need to copy down, you can copy down quickly and we come to the last question already. Okay, come, question 30, right? Question 30. So don't worry if you are still writing or you cannot finish your writing. Mr. will put up this recorded lesson in the YouTube channel, but don't worry, your faces will not be seen. All right, so when the public sees the video, they don't see your faces. All right, they only hear Mr. Ong's voice. Okay, all right, now, and question 30. George wants to cut triangles as shown from a rectangular piece of paper. And the paper measures 32 cm by 30 cm. What is the maximum number of triangles that can be cut from it? Okay, what do you do? Now you need to, okay, you can help yourself by creating a square, which is easier. Why? Then you can do what? Then you can find how many squares you can cut along the length of this paper. So you take 52 cm, which is the length of the paper, divide by one side of the triangle or one side of the square, and you will get a remainder, 10 remainder 2. What is 10 remainder 2? It means that you can cut 10 squares, okay? 10 squares like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there is a 2 cm of extra space. And that 2 cm is not enough to cut another square, so it's wasted. Then how many squares can you cut along the length or along the breadth of this paper? Then you take 30 cm and you divide by the side, okay, the side of the square, which is also 5 cm. You can cut 6 squares along the breadth of this paper like this, okay? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so there's a method here. Then how many squares can you cut all together from the paper? So I can cut 10 squares from the length. I can cut 6 squares from the breadth. So I take 10 times 6. Oh, I can cut 60 squares from the paper. But is the answer 60? No, because a square is made of 2 triangles. So I got 60 squares, I times 2. So I can cut 120 triangles from the paper, which is also 60 squares. Okay, got it? All right, so add your marks together, and then but you don't have to tell me how many marks you get. So if you get 40 and above, okay, anybody get 40 and above? Let's see if anybody who get 40 and above. But if you get below 40, no need to raise hand, okay? Because we don't want to embarrass anybody. Okay, but anyone get 40 and above after adding the marks? You got 40 and above. Okay, well done. And as we keep doing the paper one, sometimes the paper one will get hard. This paper is quite normal, not really very hard. So as we keep doing, what happens is try to push yourself to get higher and higher score. Okay. All right. Now, any questions? All right. And I think some of you have questions to ask me. Any questions? You okay? No questions. Okay. Now, before we end, okay. Now, Alistair, are you there, Alistair? Alistair, okay, yeah. So if you have questions that you want to ask me later, you can stay back, okay? But let me just tell you quickly what's going to happen in the Mondays to come. Now, in a few days time, I will or a few days time, I will send you another school paper one. So you do the school paper 1 hour, no calculator. Try to get it done in 1 hour. But if you can't finish, never mind. Continue to finish, right? And then you come back on next Monday, we go through the paper 1. So every Monday is a different paper 1, okay? And then when we come to the end of February, then what happened is we will move to primary 6 paper 1 already, because by then you will have learned some topics already, okay? All right, and also also just to take note, please make sure you come in with your name, right? Come in with your name, and video must be turned on, okay? Not turned off. All right, so if you have no questions to ask me, you can go now. I will see you on your regular lessons. And those who need to ask me questions, you stay back, okay? Stay back, ask me questions. Okay, Esther got questions, right? Esther? Okay, and then Caleb also, right? Caleb, where are you, Caleb? Okay, so those who need to ask me questions, you stay back. The rest of you, if you want to hear what the others are saying.
No, it's okay. After a while, I just understand, so I don't have any questions.
Oh, yeah, me also.
Okay, now the reason why Mr. cannot answer too many questions is because Mr. will answer questions as much as I can, but I'm also looking at the clock, right? Looking at the clock to see what time. Right? If we don't want to spend too much time going through the paper one, otherwise you can't sleep early, right? And then tomorrow cannot go to school, right? So that's why we have to end on time at 9 p.m. So any other questions we can go through after the lesson for those of you who wants to ask me questions. Okay, all right. So the rest of you, no questions. The rest of you, Zining, no question. Like Zining very stressed, you're like very stressed. Okay, so look at you, put your hand on the head. Okay, Siren, no questions, Siren? Okay, and then Angela, we don't see your toy cap. We don't can't see your head. We only see your cap. Okay, all right. Anyway, there's no question. I'll see you on next Monday. All right, next Monday. All right. So goodbye, everybody. See you next Monday. Goodbye. All right. Goodbye.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Goodbye. Okay, Siren, see you. And Caleb, you're still there? Caleb? Okay. Goodbye.